Good afternoon. If you're just coming on board, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I stand up is for one of you that said I should stand up. Miss Shola Uwe asked me to stand up so that she can see my design. That's why I stood up. Good afternoon, and you are more than welcome onto this beautiful program platform of ours. You know, I want to let you know that you are not alone, you are not by yourself. We are always with you and we are doing everything together. This platform is not meant for one tradition, one tribe, or one nationality. This platform is for everybody. As long as you know what you are doing and you know how to go about it, the platform is, you are more than welcome. The thing I want you to know is that it is so important that we respect each other on my platform. And I still reiterate again, and I meant it. Respect is reciprocate. If you want someone to respect you, you have to pay back that respect to the person deserves. You cannot come onto people's platform and insult them. At the same time, the person who's running show cannot be insulting anyone that is on their platform. So if you are running a show, you have to accord your listeners some respect as well. Respect is reciprocate. As I am running a show, I respect all of you for coming on board. Because to be honest with you, without you viewers, there is no anybody that can do chat show or be a speaker on platforms. You know, it is you that you are coming on that is encouraging, whether it's in the negative or it's in the positive. Believe me, it is you that made that person able to open his or her mouth and talk next time. If you don't come on that person's platform and the person is still talking to him or herself, you become a mad person. Immediately there's no person commenting on your platform, you become a mad person when you are talking to yourself. So we have to respect each other. Respect me as a speaker, and I respect you back as a viewer, as a listener, which means that both sides have a lot of things in common. Respect, exchange, it is reciprocate, and that is as simple as that. Look at the topic I put out there. I am very serious. I am very serious. Exactly. Look at the topic I put out there. I am very serious. Please like and share. As you are coming on board, let us share it quickly and let everybody pick it up. Let us share it among ourselves. Let us share it. I am going to be sharing it straight away as well. The only way to invite people is to share it immediately. You have to share it so that people can join us. You know, you have to share it. Please. It's very important that people take advantage and follow us on smoothly on this beautiful topic of ours. Let people join us on platform straight away so that we can all benefit. One Nigeria, that's what we need to control. But this is great Britain at the same time. Respect to the national world, to everyone that is listening. You know, what can be done to tackle Britain's knife crime, epidemic knife crime in the United Kingdom? What can be tackled? What can be done to tackle it? You know. Amen. You know. Please like and share. It's a matter of diplomacy when you are running a show. It's a matter of diplomacy. And you have to be diplomatic with your show. And that's what I'm doing at the same time. Please like and share. Please like and share. Hey, Joe. A lot of people just come on board without sharing program. Especially when the topic is so sensitive like this. Please share it. And they can invite. Let's invite each other on. Please, straight away.
Hey,
sorry, the advert, come on.
I'm Dave, and I want to talk about the love of God, but I'm thinking I want to do something a little bit different.
Thank you. Please let us share. A lot of people comment when I told their platform. I can't find the pages. I can't find the videos on their platform on their page. You know, when you come to comment, an important comment of yours should be showing on your platform straight away. So let us encourage it. Honestly, Yeye Babagunwa, thank you, my dear. What can be done to tackle the British knife crime epidemic? It is a situation that is now, you know, soaring. It's a soaring situation that is now increasing. The problem is increasing. That's why we use the word epidemic. So we need to look at it together. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It is sensitive. It is. Thank you. Watching live from my wall. Thank you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We are going to be on the WhatsApp of 07908628240. We are going on a WhatsApp of 07908628240. Bless you. Without telling you, I know you know what that song sang. You will know the meaning.
I want you.
I want you too. But I had promised not to until after our marriage. I know you wait because you love me.
I love you.
I love you.
I wait.
This thing that I love, in a serious affair. Make you think well before you agree. I beg if you don't like,
Amen.
I'm well. If you love me, you will wait for me. When you're free, let me be for your front. Take your time, make you most
Welcome on board. Welcome on board.
you be children, are you ready to care?
Welcome on board. Welcome on board. Welcome on board.
If you love me, you will wait for me.
That's the code. Welcome on board. Like and share. I won't start until we reach our target. So let's like and share quickly. If you want me to start, then you need to share it quickly.
I mean, babies, no be joke. You go feed them, you go give them blood, give them love too. If you never ready to carry the load, why put down for another person? They take children, they say, insurance for old age. Never say make we marry, never say make we born. They take children, but no food to eat, my friend. This kind life, is so hard. If you love me, wait for me. Happy parents, happy children, happy family, that my happy come true. Make a plan well, enjoy your life, oh. If you love me, you will plan with me. If you love me, you will wait for me. Wait for me, baby, plan with me. Wait for me, baby, plan with me. To let me grow. Wait for me, baby, plan with me. Wait for me, baby, plan with me. Plan with me.
I salute you, madam.
You and me, wait for me, baby, plan with me. Yeah, let me do something, something, plan with me. Wait for me, baby, plan with me. Just one more, baby, plan with me.
Don't forget family planning. I can make life sweet. When you just plan everything well, you can plan yourself. Enjoy life.
Opinion is what everyone is entitled to. Another woman musician that I adore so much in my life in Nigeria when I was growing is Mama Onyeka. I adore her so much, and that's my opinion. I'm entitled to it. Again, Queen Salawat Abeni and Mama Onyeka, those are the two women in that industry at that time booming. You know, so as a result of that, those two women, I hold them high in my heart. Mama Onyeka, I love her dearly, and I don't care anybody's opinion about her. That is my entitlement as a human being, my opinion. So I love that woman dearly, and that's why I play her music for you guys to know that when you like somebody, it is not about religion, it's not about color, it's not about distance, it's not about anything. It's about what you hold for that person at heart. That is what is important. Let's move smoothly into today's topic. Today's topic is a very sensitive one, a very serious one, and something that I will want your input, because I have my points and I know all the answers to the problem on ground. But if I only know the answers, then it's not going to work. And that is why we have this platform, for you to, contribute your input and then assist others to allow them to come in to call in as well at the same time. We're on a 07908 628240 07908 628240. That is the WhatsApp number we are going to use. 07908 628240. Government has been bitterly accused. Government has been bitterly accused on this game of playing catch up. They think government is playing catch up on this issue of crime epidemic in the United Kingdom, in Great Britain, in our country, United Kingdom. As a result of that, I am asking you, what do you think? What do you think it can be done to improve, to discourage, to take it off the street, to combat the problem, to bring the community together, and to reduce or to stop the issue of knife crime? It's a serious problem. It's an epidemic. When we say something is epidemic, it means it's high. It's out of hand. It's out of control. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am waiting for your response. Crime issue, knife crime issue in the United Kingdom is an epidemic problem, and as such, your opinion will be counted this afternoon. This video, again, be wary of your comments. This is a sensitive topic, and a lot of people have been affected one way or another as a result of this. I know some of my clients that they have been badly affected. A recent client that came in from United Kingdom and from Nigeria that I did a visa for, she came in to come and see her family on the result that her nephew was killed as a result of this knife crime issue. So please, when we are making comment, always have it at the back of your mind. Remember those who have lost friends, family in this situation. So we need to respect each other, So with putting that in mind, then we'll be able to make a comment without insulting, without making other people feeling bad, as if they are not doing something better, or they are doing they're doing something different from what they're supposed to have done in the community. So please, let us respect this topic, but at the same time, without your input, this topic cannot move forward to the next stage. The first thing I want you to talk about is that they are saying that the government is, has been accused of, playing catch up on the issue of the UK's knife crime epidemic, despite an emergency funding to boost it, to boost the situation, to boost the police to tackle the problem. Saying that the statistics reveals that government has put 100 million down, to tackle the problem. But the whole fund has not been completed use and has not been completely utilized. So they are still somewhere hanging. The sum of the money is still hanging somewhere, but they are there accounted for. So it's not that they are not there, they are there. Now, the question I am asking is, what do you think can be done to reduce the problem, to tackle the knife crime epidemic that we have in Great Britain? What do you think can be done? Because your opinion is really important to us at this stage. We are on 07908 628240. 07908 628240. Good afternoon, everyone coming on board. Good afternoon. A lot of people are making comment. A lot of people are making comments in terms of what is causing it, that is gang violence over the serious situation over a period of time. It's as a result of people involving in the gang, people doing this thing. But what do you think? The damage has been done already. Now, what can we do, and what do you think can be done to tackle, to combat, to control the problem in our society, in our country, in our beloved country? And that is why I put it back to you, to the public. 07908 628240. 07908 628 07908 628 Something has to be done. You see, the government can no longer afford to make a breaking promise. Promise and fail is not what we wanted in this situation any longer. The time that you make a promise and you failed, that promise has gone. The situation on ground at the moment has gone beyond one comprehension, beyond one imagination, beyond one understanding. So as a result of that, you are welcome. You are welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Please go ahead.
Hello, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, dear, and thanks for calling in.
Yeah, we are. I just want to say to the government and to the parents of all the children that are getting involved in knife crime. First of all, we have to ask the government to work in hand with parents that are having children, especially in London. Yeah? Especially in London. I wrote letters to the MPs of prisons so that they can help the children that are involved in knife crime when they go to prison, at least to put them in education. When they come out of prison, they do not have a revenge towards the people they have offended or that they have offended them or reported them.
Yes.
Because the problem is that when people go to prison, when they come out of prison, they have a mindset that they are going to do a revenge to a snitch. Yeah? And this is the young people, this is the mindset how they think. And to the parents need to, you must observe your child very well. Observe your children when they come home or when they are at home. Yeah, we mostly give our children time to be on their own, and which is fine. But observe your children closely. Talk to your children closely. Have a good relationship, a close one. And if you see a child is developing something you don't like, you have a choice. Either to move out of that place, like you are moving out of London, to maybe to the countryside. There are many options. You can do it. It's the best interest of your children. So that's all of what I have to say, and I hope everyone understands what it means. This is especially in London, even Manchester, all other cities. But we need to work together hand in hand with parents and the government. I hope they do understand, and I hope they will reply to my letter as well. But please, we need to hold hand in hand and make sure our children are educated in prison. When they come out of prison, there will be lawyers and teachers and all that. It's not a matter of going to prison and eat the breakfast and wake up and smoke and drink things that they do in prison. I work there, I've been working there, and it's not good because our children, they go there, they get drug, drinking, and breakfast. This is not helping. A person, we are not saying their rights must be taken away, but give a person education. Even you are deporting them to Nigeria or to Namibia, that person has education because he's going to spend in prison 4 years, 5 years, and deport him to Nigeria. You took him a British passport from them. So what are you building in Nigeria? You've been with your thief, you bring that thief to Nigeria. So what is Nigeria having in hand? It's a thief that you brought up, which is not fair. So we must take the children to the prison, but in prison they must also get education. It must be a law. When you cook a life, you are going to prison, you are not going to have breakfast, egg and chips and what? You are going to study. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Perfect contribution. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. The caller speaks my mind, to be honest with you. As part of my research and what I have collated together and have for my reason why government needs to tackle this epidemic knife crime as quickly as possible. If they can manage to tackle Ebola, send representative from United Kingdom to the affected country in the developing world, if they can manage to tackle the Ebola disease, then they should treat this problem as an outbreak as well. They should treat it as an outbreak. As a result of that, it needs a rapid, involvement. It needs a quick solution. It needs a fast one. There is no way government can fold hands and continue watching. It's going to go out of hands the way it is moving now. London, most especially, the situation has gone out of hand. It has now become an outbreak. And when we call something an outbreak, it means it's a violent disease. A virulent disease. When you see a virulent disease, it means that it has gone viral. It's gone gaga. If you may like my English, it's gone gaga. My swagger English. It means the situation has gone gaga, gone out of hands, and it needs a bit of control. They need to curb the situation down. How do I mean that the situation needs to curb down? As part of my time doing the research, reading, and going through from one channel to another and see what the government is thinking, what the individual writers are saying, what philosophers are writing, what media is also reporting, my research come back to me, and basically there is a problem between the police officers and the youth. There is a huge problem between police officers. As part of my research, not that only one problem, but as part of my research, there is a huge gap between the officers and the youth. There is no cordial relationship between them. Now, a typical example, if a police officer do stop and search, which I would not recommend that it should stop. If anyone is saying that stop and search should stop, then it means you are not in the United Kingdom. It means you are not part of us. There is no way stop and search can stop. It can never be stopped. They have to carry on doing it. But the problem there is that if police officer by any chance stop a person and find that person to be innocent, I don't think it is too big for them to apologize. And it is not coming from me. It is coming from what I have discovered from the senior research. They have to apologize. And that way you build a kind of a gesture between the officers and the community. But the ego and the arrogance of it is affecting the situation and bringing the hostility to a high standard, which shouldn't be. It's increasing it. It's soaring it. The government will need to look at that. How can they improve relationship between the officers and the youth in the community? That needs to be looked at. We are on 0790862824. 079086628240. Please go ahead.
Hello. Good morning, ma'am.
Good afternoon. 079086628240. Thank you.
Oh, so sorry. Good afternoon. I just quickly want to ask a question. But the question I want to ask, but it's not pertaining.
I'm not going to deal with that for the purpose of this video. If it's not going to deal with the topic I'm talking about, I'm sorry. I'm not going to deal with any topic. Yeah, not now.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, when you are calling me in, try as much as possible to look at the topic. We are talking about what can be done to tackle the problems in Britain regarding the knife crime epidemic issue in the UK. And that's what we're talking about. If it's not a call that's relating to that topic, I'm afraid I will not deal with it. I want to leave this video solely for that topic. I want to leave it completely for the topic so that when it's lifted, even if they are going to cut things out, they're just going to cut the beginning of the music out of it. for the government, for the stakeholders, parastatals, that we want to look at what we have just said in terms of how to improve the issue and how to tackle the problem. Now, not to distract me, to continue with what I am saying, that relationship is already dent. The relationship, yes, relationship is already dent, and it needs a kind of improvement in a way to bring them together. Relationship is dent, so there has to be a way that the officers need to take another training on another level, how to deal with this youth. They're not stupid, they're not idiot. The environment must be so friendly. So when we are talking about the issue of crime now, issue of stop and search, a lot of people are complaining that it's only the ethnic minority that are being searched. That I don't really want to believe in that. It has to be widened to all the society, to the community, and to whoever fits into the parade at the time of the crime is committed. But when they are doing their search, one thing that is recommended is that if they search wrong person and they found that person to be innocent, then the next thing is to apologize and end the story and let them go. Because the police treat people like a crap of shit, sometimes affects the relationship between them and the youth. They treat people as if they are nobody. You can't do that when you are an officers of court or officers for the community or the government. You cannot treat people because you are serving the community. So as such, you need to understand the language spoken in the community. Language spoken in the community when you are an officer is a friendly language that needs to be addressed. Issues. And if that language is not properly addressed, it usually brings hostility. Oh yes, between the officers and the youth or the teenagers or the community, it does. Now let's move on smoothly and look at the current situation, law and education as it is, as we are now. Law and education as it is now. Now, political situations in the United Kingdom. Hello.
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Good
Hello,
afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I want to contribute on the matter you're talking about.
You're more than welcome. Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I think the people were, because once my daughter was looking at the internet on the Facebook, and she saw the comb that they are selling, and that comb is attached with knife. There's a comb that it looks like a comb that you can use to brush your hair, but when you remove it, like a sword, the knife is the sword inside, and the comb is like, you won't know that it's even a comb, a knife, but it's a comb, and that's what these boys are using. So I think if they should tell these people not to be selling all those combs, all this knife that disguise like comb, all this afro boy that has afro hair, they just put it on their hair inside, but when they bring it out, it's comb inside. If they can ban those combs, I think everything, and the stop and search should not stop. They should continue doing the stop ahead.
Exactly.
I'm looking at the comb now. Yes, I'm looking at the comb now. A lot of the colors, nice colors, that you won't even know that there's life inside. So I think this comb is really affecting, man. It's really, really affecting. I will slap it and I will send it on your WhatsApp. It's a lot. And the stop and search should not stop. And most times, we parents, we should speak to our children. When you are moving with some gangs, the gangs that they are moving with, maybe they are having quarrel with the other gangs. I think they will want to come and start fighting. And this fight might result to like community fighting, that some people will be like, when they start doing this community fight, some people that are not even involved in this gang may now be affected with the fight, and maybe they mistakenly choke them with this knife. So I think we parents, we should try and speak to our children. Most times the friends our children keep, most of us, we don't even know them. We don't know how they are doing in their various homes. And I think our parents, please, it's only parents that can do this, and the police and the community around. If they can help us, and most especially the police, let them still continue with the stop and search for us, ma. Thank you very much, ma.
Thank you. Excellent.
Yeah. Okay, ma. Bye, ma.
Bye. I am going to investigate that comb that just been mentioned that the youths are using in the community. That there is a comb with the blade or knife inside it, and they put it on their hair, So I am going to investigate and find out. If I find out that comb, I am going to be addressing it with the police in the area. I am going to investigate that particular comb, go to the market and buy it, and I'm going to see whoever is selling it. I will send people out to go and see those combs. I will ask people to go and buy it. Even if it's online, I will address people to buy them online, and we'll be reporting them to the police. And that is another way to assist our community. Yes. I will be reporting it personally with the police, because I'm not aware of this comb issue, but I'm going to investigate it. And once I get my result on it and I find it to be truthful, I'm going to invite the police into it. So we should understand that. And if you find it before me, let me know. Now let's not look at another reason why there is a problem, tension on this issue of knife crime. Another suggestion by some scholars, is that prison is not the right place to think of. Prison is a dead end. It's not a solution to the problem on ground. There has to be increased, in the diversity. When it comes to recruitment of the police, there has to be an increase. The diversity of the police officers in our community is very small. We do not have that many black and ethnic minority among the officers in the United Kingdom. It is very low. Unlike in the United States, when I was in the US, in New York, in fact, I have to be honest with you, maybe that is my thinking, but I do ask questions from people on ground. I can tell you, throughout the period that I was in that country and in that state, and especially in a city, Wall Street is a high street. It's a big city. In the New York, Manhattan, the officers I met with throughout are from black community, African community, and ethnic minority throughout. The officers I met with, So I think it is very important that they have to increase the recruitment to extend it to black and ethnic minority. That is another major problem. Hello, please go ahead.
Hello, good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon. Please go ahead.
Okay. Something I really want to say is just very, very simple. One of the things we must do to salvage this thing is because if you see, one thing I've noticed among us recently is that these days we really don't train children. We raise children. And it is easier to train a child than to repair an adult. If you see these days, even in our African community in the white man's land, not just only in the UK or in America or everywhere, when you take, they try not to, too much laws in play that has done everything, but parents are not even allowed to discipline a child or to groom a child. That's the reason why these things are totally like this. You see, these days, they've totally removed the Bible from the school level, but you put more Bible in the prison. You want people to spoil. When they are totally bad, you have to give them Bible in the prison to bring them back to become good again. And when somebody, an adult, is already an adult, you cannot do again. You can only not try to be repairing, because that something is totally off. Until you begin to think about how to discipline, God is the one that gave us this law. They say, when you spare the rod, spoil the child. When you train the child very well, some of us, I use myself as a case study. There are some things they did to me when I was growing up. It was when I became a man, I now knew the benefit of those things. These days, people are just raising children. We are not training them because of the laws we have in the white man's land. That's why we're having a lot of issues. It is no wonder to have this conflict, to have to deal with the police or not to deal with the police. If the government truly wants to help, they need to come back to the kind of laws they make, where they have to give the children back to the parents. and not the children to the government. If you see there, they go to school, they begin to ask them too many questions about their parents living there. You just shout on only your child or discipline your child and tell them in school. The parents are even scared these days that they won't deal with the children that they call their own because of the too much power the government have over almost everything. That's why we are seeing a lot of this issue. And the government, if you see, no matter how you go say anything, they are talking, they are not ready to do anything because they know what they are doing. And most of these things happen more within the African community in this white man's land. Because it's just like a flood to keep reducing us. So if we must get it right now, number one, is for us to do, and it's difficult for us to do as a people, because it has to do with the government. They have to start making the laws that will still take the children back again to the parents, where the parents will have a say in the children's life, where they can discipline the children, where they can train them. A child that is not trained, no matter what you do, it's like a child is like an arrow and is flying without a direction. Most children are just walking today. They don't have a single direction. Their parents cannot direct them because of the kind of they have in the land. So having a lot of these issues. The only thing we must do, you see today, the church is now almost doing too many work to grow most of these children and all that, and the work is not even too much. And there's little or not even the church can do, there's little or not even the parents can do, because why? Too much power to this government who is not ready to do anything. If you see people are complaining, things are going on every day, they are not making any laws to see how they can go about and how to solve the situation. They keep making laws that benefit them as politicians, not the laws that will benefit the people. If everything must go right at all, Bible must be taken back again to the school. The children must be returned back to the parents, while the parents can train and discipline their children, and without the government questioning them. Total freedom. The total freedom that is for for. This is the cost of total freedom. The cost of total freedom. This is it. Freedom is, if you give total freedom to anybody that is not trained, it will become a problem looking for what to happen. This problem has been overlapping over time, and this is what we are seeing today. So until we need to think of how to train the children, taking them to the parents, teaching them the way of God, where they begin to have, where they have that fear in their heart. So how can a child just go with a knife and kill human beings? Children these days don't have value for anything, because why? They were not taught, they were not groomed. That's the problem. So if people, most people protest or going to do anything, everything must be done. The only two things that can be done to study this only thing is just two major things. Return Bible back to school and teach children well, and return these children back to their parents, where their parents can groom them and teach them and direct them. Not most of the children are just going out without a sense of direction. Apart from going to school, come home, parents are even scared to talk to the children they call their own. They misbehave at home, they are scared to discipline their children, because when they go to school and they ask them so many questions and they report to me, the next, if you are not careful, they take these children from the parents. That's why I've seen a lot of these issues. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you. Sound well for me. Sound well. Now it's an area of concern. It's an area of concern. The topic today is what can be done to tackle Britain's knife crime epidemic. That is the topic for today. What can be done to tackle Britain's knife crime epidemic? Yes, welcome. Please go ahead.
My own suggestion is I don't see anything in stop and search.
Exactly.
As long as it's not being selected.
Thank you.
Yeah. Then another thing, knife should be treated like a criminal object. I was talking to my husband and said, if I were the police or the government, I will withdraw all the knives in the shop. The reason why it's easy to kill with a knife is because of the sharp edge. They will produce other knives that doesn't have sharp edge. Because when we are cutting meat in the house, we don't use the sharp edge to cut the meat. We use the side. So all the ones that they were going to produce in the shop will be the side. And my husband said some people will argue that the shelf, the hook, they are using the sharp edge for their work. And I said, okay, what will happen will be They will now get a license. They will be they will be producing few sharp edges, but they will get a license. So every chef we buy with their license, and we have a tag. So if there's any means, they can trace those ones with a sharp edge. So if there's a will to stop this, they should start firstly from that. I advise everybody bring all the knives from their houses and those ones in the shop, because it's easy to kill with a knife because it has a sharp edge. But it's very difficult when you want to use the side to kill. Because this is a serious case. So knife in the United Kingdom should be treated like a gun. We should not look at knife as just simple household utensils. We should look at it as a gun, as a big criminal instrument. And we should treat them as a big criminal instrument. Go to all the shops, withdraw all those sharp knives in the shop, replace them with just the edge, just the side. Withdraw all the sharp edge, replace them with just the side. Because when we're cutting our chicken, our meat, we use the side. But if there are some people that want to use it for special, because of the nature of their job, then they should go and take license to buy those sharp edges. So that's my own advice, because we don't look at knife anymore as just an household utensil. And stop and start. I'm employing our people. Let us embrace it. The only thing I would not like is doing it, separating people, selecting people. If people of the evergreen purple are going on the same street, stop all of them and touch them. I don't have problem with that. The only thing I have problem with is if white and black are going and you stop the black and you are checking the black. That is what I have problem. If you want to check in Stratford, stop everybody. Check all of them. Don't have any problem. As long as we don't have skeleton in our compound. If they are doing it for the good purpose of every one of us, I don't have problem. The only problem I have is when it's becoming a race issue. Then, if it's going to work or it's not going to work, let us try it first. Withdraw all the sharp edges knife from the shop and produce. Stop producing the one that doesn't have sharp edges, because if anybody wants to stab anybody, they start with the edge. You cannot kill someone with the side. It's difficult. Because it's something that will be happening quickly within the twinkle of an eye. So before you start cutting someone with the side of, it's so difficult. So what? As according to what my husband said, that the chef will say, oh, we want this because of our job. Fine. If you want it for your job, take a license. And it will only be for those ones that have a license that will be able to buy the sharp edges. That is my own contribution. Thank you very much.
Wow. Thank you.
Nice day.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You see, the thing is that a lot of people. Yes, I've just been shown the type of the knife issue that we have, the comb that is, look, well, I've just been shown now. Look at it. Look, let's expand the diagram. Look, they've just sent this to the WhatsApp now. These are the comb that's been sold in our community, and this comb have a sharp knife underneath. Look, so somehow, somewhere, some businesses are encouraging knife crime problem in our society, knife crime issue. Because if anyone is not encouraging it, why would someone be selling a style of comb like this to the youth in particular? Why would anyone be selling a comb of this type You know, look at it. Look at it. Look. 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 This is a big problem in the community, in the country. As such, we need to treat it as a serious problem. Yes. We cannot just say because we don't have a young child walking around going to school anymore that we will not talk about it, we will not discuss it. What about your relative, your friends, your family, your fans, your clients that got children? So it's a topic that needs to be, you know, discussed. It's a topic that needs to be discussed. Look, this is the kind of what they are selling in the community. Look. And I don't know who has the audacity that allows them to go ahead and sell this. So the police attention needs to be brought to this. They have not been alerted. And I think they need to alert the police. You know, to combat the situation, the police needs to be alerted. At the moment, I don't think they are aware. Because the relationship between the police and the youth are very bad. If the relationship between the youth and the police officers are not bad in the country, the youth will have let the police know about this. They will have alerted the police to it. They will have alerted the police to it. But because the relationship between these two are so bad, in the sense that the police needs to avoid targeting black and minority communities. When it comes to stop and search, when it comes to doing this job, they have to avoid targeting. You know, they have to avoid targeting black and minority communities. Because this has really causing the problem in the society. And as in fact, to say the truth, has increased the distrust. It has increased distrust. Why knife crime still not reducing? The knife crime still not reducing because there is no trust relationship between the police officers and a certain communities, the youth community, the black and the ethnic minority communities. For example, the statistics is showing that there was a problem, a knife crime issue, that a Somalian person was involved, whether killed or was involved. But when the research was conducted in that area, there was not one single Somalia police officer. There was one single Somalia officer wasn't in the police force in the United Kingdom. So how do you control it? How do you do it? How do you do it? When you look at the statistics and go to the area, Lusham, Woolwich, black community area, you barely see 10 officers together in total among all the police stations. You barely see 10 police officers. Hello?
Hello?
Please go ahead. Thank you.
Hello?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. Am I connected through now?
You are connected. Yes, you are.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to say this quickly, and it's going to be brief. The issue regarding this knife crime. To be honest with everyone, the best way to tackle this is if you're being caught with a knife and you literally stab someone. I think most of these youth are engaged in this activity. They don't get the proper punishment for carrying out such act. Because the woman that called earlier on saying they can withdraw all night and sell a knife that hasn't got a sharp edge. That would work. It's easier for me to buy a knife and get a machine or an equipment to file it and make it sharp.
But you have
so
to.
The best way to literally tackle.
But you have to make a lot of effort. You have to use a lot of effort to get that done. So you have an intent. When we look at that, yeah, if you buy a knife that is not sharp and you want to use it for another purpose, but all of a sudden you change your mind and you sharpen that knife, put it in your pocket, then immediately you have introduced intention, mens rea, into the issue that your intent is to kill or to hurt someone. But in this scenario, someone is selling combs that has knife and blade in the society, in the community. So people buy there and use it as a comb. But at the end of the day, when there is a problem, they just make use of that comb and separate it, put the comb aside and make use of the knife. So there is a clear distinction in this problem that we are talking about now. Please go ahead. Go ahead.
The best way to literally do this is just to give the actual punishment to the kids. Because I've literally people that they do such activities, they literally send them, they get arrested, sent to prison, and when they go to prison, after 6 months, this behavior they have again. So if you compare this kind of scenario with this, like Nigeria, you cannot take a knife to stab someone because you will get.
We can't hear you properly because it seems there's a background noise. It's the most how do I say it? It's the most weapon used at the moment in crime related matter. Yes, it's the most weapon used now among the teenagers, and that is why the statistics is saying knife is the most weapon used at the moment. So it's in use. It's what people are. It's very common. So even if there are other ways that you want to say there are other weapons or instruments being used in the course of crime or in the course of fight or anything, it's about 0.1% or 0.5%. The 80% of the crime weapons used at the moment statistically is knife. Statistically, it's knife. Yes, statistically, it's knife. It has increased. So it's like a viral disease that has gone out of control. It's a disease like Ebola that has gone so gaga. And a bit of control will be helpful in this situation. A bit of control to calm it down. And how can the government calm it down? Like someone has called earlier on, it's part of what I found, part of my finding, in my research. When they send to prison, they have to bring them back to educate them, re-educate them, you have to put them back on training. You see, prison is not an answer to the problem on ground because it's a dead end. So a lot of them will just go have their breakfast, have their lunch and dinner and thinking that they are enjoying. In fact, many prefer to be in prison than to be out there because there was nothing being done outside. Government does not encourage youth enough to get them on board, to get them involved in a lot of things, make them busy, pump money. Now, the 20,000 officers that the Prime Minister explained in his speech when he was coming on, that is going to recruit more. He has to look at it from another angle and make sure that the black and ethnic people are encouraged. They are underrepresented in the society. They need to be encouraged. Black and ethnic minorities are not well represented. They are underrepresented. So they have to come out. They need to recruit. They need to encourage them. I haven't seen a Chinese police officer since I've been wapping around and moving around in the UK. I haven't seen a Chinese police officer. In the United States, I saw black, I saw Nigerian, I saw Chinese, I saw India, I saw Turkish, I saw Somalia, I saw all sorts of backgrounds in the police officers. Don't forget, I was in the US when they were doing the Thanksgiving Day, which their Independence Day, July 4th. So I saw the officers that were stocked, fully stocked. They put them at the Wall Street, both male and female, equally represented. And that is what we're lacking in the UK. Good afternoon again. Please go ahead. Welcome back.
Hello, ma.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, Auntie, I'm calling back again.
I know. No.
As a family, let us try to educate our children how to be important in the community, to love other black kids. Yeah, how to love other people that looks like them. Because even as a parent, we see the way we slander ourselves in the community. Because there was an incident that happened to my son 2 months ago. On Sunday, we live in Rockford. He was coming from church. He was waiting for the bus at the bus stop. So he went to America with his dad. So he bought this iPhone headphone. You know, this latest iPhone headphone.
Yes.
They sold it for maybe 140 something pounds. And it was robbed by 9 black boys. So when he got home, I was so annoyed. It's not because they robbed him, but how could you see another black boy at the bus stop and you saw somebody that looked like you and you went there to go and attack him? I thank God that they didn't stab him. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we are now discussing it as a family that even the stabbing that were happening, it happened mostly black with stab another black. And I will give all the blame to the parents. We saw what happened in our community. We saw what happened on internet. You will be fighting this, slandering yourself. What are you teaching your children? You don't want to talk to another black person on the street. You cannot help another black person in the community. What are we teaching our children? If you look at the population of this knife crime we're talking about, it's black that are killing black. Black attacking black. I'm not being racist. But that is the fact. Because if I see John, a black man like me, it's not necessarily my brother, but how to look at it as my brother. We might be an acquaintance. So let us, parents, adults, let us talk to ourselves now. What am I in my community? How am I treating other people that look like me in my community? Because the children are looking at us. They look at what we say in the house. They look at our attitude. Because it has happened to me. I thank God that my son is still alive today. But when he got home very angry, I was shaking. Because anything can happen. They broke his chain, they saw his clothes. Let's assume that they took knife and cut. And it was 9 black guys. You know Romford.
Yes.
Romford is mainly white community. So imagine 9 black guys. So look at this. Look at what we are doing to ourselves. So it's a job of every home, every parent. Teach your children. You hardly see whites stabbing them. Maybe because they don't say it in the news, I don't know. But what we know, according to statistics, it happens mainly among girls. Talk to ourselves. I'm not being abusing anybody now, but I'm saying the fact. You see adults forming gang against themselves from the same community. What are you teaching your own children? What future are you building? This is something. Let's forget about police things. Let us talk to ourselves. It's so painful.
That's a powerful message.
Why stabbing another one? But it's this black children stabbing another black children. Forming gangs. This gang, this big is fighting another gang. But when they bring forth their black children, they say charity begins at home.
That's correct.
Please, let us be our brother's keeper.
Yes.
I'm not saying we should be best friends, we should be calling ourselves, but let us see ourselves as acquaintances. We are all here for a purpose. Either we are born here, either we came by boat, either we came for a purpose.
That is correct.
You can never be me and see I can never be you.
Yeah, because if it was Rosie, if it was Rosie from where we come from, we wouldn't have come. Even us that were born here, if it was Rosie over there, we would have returned back and stay permanently. So you are right. Yes, you are right. We came for a purpose. Yes. Absolutely, I agree with you. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Why the hate among the black community? Why the hate?
If I have money to start a business,
Yes.
we can
Why the
gather
hate?
together and help
Why
each other.
hating each other when you did not borrow money or kill each other's child or children? Why the hate?
So I'm not talking about Nigeria. No, it's a
Black community generally. Yes. Why the hate?
To Nigeria,
Yes.
to every black
Yes.
community.
Even West Indies. Sometimes West Indies doesn't like black Africans. They think they sold them for slavery. But it shouldn't be like that.
Yes, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Thank you.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you. You know, this relationship needs to well improve. The relationship has not improved at all. It's really dense. There is so much that needs to be done to improve the relationship among the black communities in order to control the issue of this gang issue. The gang one, the epidemic of knife crime in Great Britain. Hello, please go ahead.
Hello, sorry I'm calling back again. I really want to say something about what the last madam said. Charity only begins at the home where parents have total control over their children. I'm not saying it's wrong for parents to not to live right. The truth is this: we should look at the what is going on these days. In this present generation, the society, the government, let me say, the government has more power over the children more than even the parents. So because of that, there's already a problem. Most parents can no longer influence their children the way they used to influence their children before, because why the parents do not have the say or the authority over them again. That authority that was given to them by God to groom them, the government has stylishly removed that authority from them, and they've taken that authority to themselves. The laws they make, you see, they can say it is wrong for a child to go and buy cigarettes in a shop below 18, but the child can go to a gun shop or a knife shop and they will sell to that child. But they will say the child is between the age 18, cannot go and buy this. The thing is this: we need to start looking at how we train our children. And this thing can only be done only by when the government, if they can amend the law, where parents can have total say again over these children. Let me give you a story that happened where I am. A child, one of my very close friends, caught the son, a 9-year-old son, where the teacher told her in school to write a letter to a girlfriend. A girlfriend was dating at the age of 9. When the mother saw it in the diary, the parents were scared to talk to their child because there was time they disciplined over 18. He went to school. When they asked him, reported them, they almost took those children from them. So the parents was not scared to even talk to their own child. When the mother told me, it was that I said, don't worry, leave them, let me go, because they know I can go and pick them from school. My name is already reported because I was their uncle. I went when I picked him that when I started asking him some questions, I started telling that the truth is that your parents are scared of you now. Not because your teacher loves you so much. The truth, you are seeing me today. If you want to live the life, look at most of those children they told to do that did it. Most of them are the junkie you are seeing in the street today, smoking, living wayward life. After me, I took him, as I talked to him and disciplined him, he himself, I told him, if you really want to know that your auntie does not really love you, tell your auntie that you want to teach you how to write letter, as she said. He should tell you to write a letter to your own uncle. Tell her in school tomorrow and see what she will say. He told the auntie, this is what uncle said, uncle is going to say, he will beat me if I do this again and that. He really want him to learn how to write letter. You should tell him to write a letter to me as your uncle. The auntie forgot about everything like that. He didn't tell him to continue the letter again. Because there's a total thing. There's a total, I don't know the right word I will use now, where even in school, even in the society and everywhere, where the total neglect of the children, where the children almost like even over themselves, where the parents cannot direct them. You must direct a child. If you see, even in our churches, how do we give attention to these children in churches? We are paying so much attention on one healing, one deliverance, one this. In the children's churches, what attention are they paying in grooming these children, how to train them in the things they are teaching them. Nothing. The children these days are totally neglected, even the white master, because why they're giving them so much authority. When you did not train somebody, and you not give that person an authority, too much right, too much freedom, that person will become useless, not just only to himself, to the society. That's what we are seeing in this present generation. Freedom. You don't give a child freedom. We are Africans. You see, the way we Africans, the way our African children think, even if you give birth to them there, and the way the white, we are African. There's a way we behave. It is the total training our parents train us that make those of us today that are disciplined among us, that's why we are disciplined. I know the process we went through. Anybody that doesn't want to, you are a lawyer today. The reason why you value this your profession is the different stages you went through, the process you went through. That process is what refines you. It grooms you to become the lawyer that you are today. A child that is not trained will never become an adult, will never become a good adult. The child will only become useless to society. That is what we are seeing. Today, they did not try to not look for a way to see how they can salvage this in the prison. The prison is not a place where you can stop, where you can make them to become good. Except only if you see. It is better to prevent something when you train a child. If you don't train a child, I put something there, it is easier to train a child than to repair an adult. You cannot train an adult, you can only repair an adult. What we are seeing today, because of the society, because of how the government has taken a lot of power away from even the children, even from the parents, they now try to repair them in prison. Then it is difficult. You need someone that has gone into drugs, that has been exposed to too many things. If you see you parents before can tell their children what to do, not to do, the place to go to, the place not to go to. But these days, you can hardly do nothing about it. Children go to clubs, they go to different places, they are exposed to too many things. And this is placed on them. This is what builds in them to become that thing. Even if you ban all the knives in the UK today, I will tell you, these children, they will put out another means to do whatever they want to do, because they are not trained. That's why they can easily fight in the streets and do whatever means they want to do. I wish something can be done where the government when the government need to look into the law. Have you seen some parents are even tired of their children because they talk to them, they live where, they try to groom them, they try to do everything. For these children, because they go out there, the teachers ask them too many questions. They meet so many of these people that expose them to so many of these nonsense things. These things frustrate them. So the people or nothing the parents can do these days. Most of you see, some parents are just totally submitted, totally gave up to only prayers because they are tired. They don't even know what to do again. Because when they call the child and they say, "Come, don't go there, don't do this," only shouting on your child, they know when your child does something. You know, when they go to school, they ask them. Do you know that they call the parents for even questioning? Why do you do this to your child? This is wrong. You must discipline somebody. God that did this, that created everything, say, when you spare the rod, he said, when you spare the rod, you spoil the child. It is the total spell of the rod that has led to the total spoil of the children we are seeing today. So until we bring back the rod again in raising our children, there's nothing we can do. Even if we tell the police to do this, even if we tell them to do anything, there's nothing they can do. God that created we human beings created a law for us to raise children. And one of the laws he put is that you should not spare the rod in raising these children. You must discipline them. You don't discipline a child and say, I love that child, I love that child. You don't have to discipline that child. You are only raising somebody who will only become a problem to the society. You are not training. A child you do not train. If you raise a child, you are raising a child who will become a problem to society. But when you train a child, you are training somebody who will not value for things. Somebody who will be able to become somebody in the future. Somebody who can be able to stand for himself. These parents are people are just raising children. And those children they are raising because they did not train them. Those are the problems we are having today. One of my uncles years ago had a child. He had to take the child back to Africa because the problem was almost becoming too much. The child spent almost 20 years. The child already became a man before he had to allow that child to return because of too many things he was seeing in life of those child. If you see a child in Africa today, no matter how that child will still behave, you still see to an extent where you still have the right as a parent to discipline them, to tell them the way to go or not to go, to tell them to kneel down, to flog them, to discipline them. But in the white mass, man, you don't have a say over your own child. That's the problem. They will do, if you want to leave you to do this, we need to look into not just only the adult again. This one is only prayer we need to pray, because they've already passed so many days or to them. The children coming up, how do we raise them? What attention do we give to them? What knowledge do they pass to them in school? How do they deal with them even in churches? In the children classes, a lot of things I knew, they taught me the children class in church over many years ago. Those are some things that still play in me till these days. When I sit down and I think, sometimes they tell you, I will never stay from my mommy for tell from that to daddy. A lot of things they taught you, those things still play. But these days we don't have time to train children, because we are even scared to talk to them these days, because we don't want the children to be taken away from us. Because if you shout on them or tell them too much, you'll be shocked in the next 1 month. Somebody that's supposed to, a father and a mother, somebody can just become childless and motherless, childless because of the government, the so-called law that they make. So this thing is pathetic. We must think of how to amend the law. That's the only way out. Parents must be given the right over their children. They must return this Bible to school. Children need to be trained not to be looked and given too much right over too many things. A child is not supposed to be busy going to the club. He's supposed to be thinking they're going to be training that child at home. A child is not supposed to have freedom going out and coming in whenever he or she likes. That's nonsense. If you don't train somebody, if you don't discipline somebody, that person will only become useless to himself and the society. So in saying we say charity begins at home, that used to be the home of before. And those homes we are talking about now only exist in the Africa context, where in Africa, let me say Nigeria, Senegal and all that, not in the white man's land. You understand? That's what the problem is. No matter, if you say to me, no matter the money you have in your bank account, no matter your level of education as a parent, you see when you tell your child some things, you are even scared to talk to your child, because you don't know what they will ask them in school. And as children, they open up to them. The next thing, the government, if you don't know that the government is looking for a way to even take children from their parents, they look for every way to do a lot of things to take them. That's what the problem is. So because of that, you see children living and they are not living right. Because why? Parents are not scared to train them. And the government cannot train these children for us. The school cannot train these children for us. That's why most parents are even looking, what they do these days, they give birth to their sons, some of them back to Africa. When they come of age, they not know things. Education, school can only teach you, give you knowledge. It is your parents that will teach you how to value things. It is the training that teach you how to value things, because it's the process you pass through that make you value things. Not just only when you go to school, play games, you come back home and you ask her, where they have too many freedom for too many things. That's totally wrong. So until they have made the law and we begin to look at we discipline child, until we return the rod, there's little or nothing we can do. Because God that created us, please give us a law to train these children. He said when you spare the rod, what you do, you spoil the child. And a child that is already spoiled will only become a problem to himself and to the society at large.
Thank you, Kola. Thank you. Very much. Fantastic. Thank you. There's so much missed calls from this angle. So heavy missed calls from this angle. The caller is loaded. I know, Mr. Kenny Adewale, the caller is really loaded with points. To be honest, if we allow that caller to be on to today, he will never go dry of points. I think it's someone that possibly have experienced one thing or another in terms of dealing with the stakeholders, perhaps the police, the teachers, the social worker. There's every possibility, or is working within the prosthetics industry of such that I've mentioned. The social worker, teaching industry, police, or hospitals as well could have some experience, because when you bring in casualty, you bring in injured person, you bring in people to hospital, you will have noticed that you will have noticed the reason why they were brought in. Some will be as a result of taking drugs, of knife, of crime, of injured each other. So it's differ as to the reason why people have their encounter in this situation. But mostly according to statistics and the writers and the media, the best thing first and foremost is to improve relationship between the police and the young one. And that relationship, as I mentioned earlier on, is a bad one at the moment. It has really gone gaga, gone into the into the drain. It needs to be revamped and improved, and that has not been done. That relationship needs to be looked into. In terms of recruitment, the police officers, when they are recruiting officers, they have to take into consideration black and ethnic minority. When you are recruiting 20,000 officers, at least for God's sake, cry and loud, let there be 2,500 of it being ethnic minority. At least 2,500 to 3,000 of it must be ethnic, black and ethnic. This is the only way to curb the problem in the community, in the society. And when we're looking at blacks and ethnic, you are looking at Chinese background, you are looking at black community, Somalia, India, Pakistan, West Indies. You are not just going to be recruiting white counterparts, English counterparts. You have to recruit extensively to cover the range of people under the nationality, under the British citizenship. You have to recruit to cover it across the globe. Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Good morning. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Afternoon.
Nice show.
Thank you.
Your topic this afternoon is very interesting.
Thank you.
And the causes of all these things is a lot of factors. The government is, at least one of the people causing all the. Why I say the government is that, you can see now, most of those children doing all this now, they are from the broken homes. Fathers are not there.
Say that again. Say that again without stepping on toes. Say it again. And you said most of the children involved are from.
Most of the children, they are in gangs, they are doing all this stabbing and all this thing. Majority of them, they are from broken homes. And broken homes, it's just the mother taking care of them. The father is gone. And it's why I say it's the government that caused it, because the government made everything easy for way to be part of that. The woman is, it's not lacking anything, it's getting everything. So a lot of them now want to chuck the man out with just a little for it, it's gone. And forgetting that there are children there that needed to be looked after both with the father and the man. So because the woman cannot be the father and cannot be the mother, That is another there. Because a house where there's a man, at least the child will be afraid of the man. But the mother, most especially when it's the male child, for the father, he sees that the mother is not with the father, he's single, the son doesn't have respect for the mother. So with that, he cannot even tell the son anything that will listen. So that's the part. So the government, that's the main reason why all this is happening. And until they address that issue, if they like, they go and carry 50,000 police, it's not going to stop. Yes, and another thing again, the prison sentence, they have to toughen it. They have to make it life. Because there was some, boys I was talking to in the street, they were telling me, if you have, I go there for 2 or 3 years, I'm out. Even on good behavior, 1 year and a half out. Like somebody that stabbed somebody. So you could see the fear is not there. They don't know they're going there in 2 or 3 years time, they're out. They should toughen the laws with them and make it life. Once up or they see with the knife, you go in for life. So that's my take here.
Thank you.
So, madam, that's it. If you tackle those issues I just raised, you see things will go, everything will be normal.
Thank you.
So,
thank you.
Nice show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. People have ideas, and to curb this problem, they have to invite the community. The community must be involved. There is no way you can deal with a situation of this type from the government point of view, from the corridor of power alone. without getting involved. You know, those who are on the grassroots. You have to involve those who are on the grassroots. If you don't involve those who are on the grassroots, it basically means that there's going to continue to be a problem in our community on the issue of this epidemic, we call it epidemic knife crime issue. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Mommy. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sister. God bless you. Please go ahead.
Yeah. First of all, let me just congratulate you. Mommy, I never knew you looked so pretty. I saw your video yesterday. I was like, oh, okay. Anyway, nice dressing. I thought I'm the only one that is most cuted. When I see my mommy, I was like, no, this is my mommy. Please leave some for us, though. Leave some for us, though. I'm just quickly going to contribute to, although I came in late, and also I disagree with the last caller who just said that a child that is being raised by a single parent, and most of them, I really disagree, because there is a documentary that I was watching about a few months ago in a prison with underage children. So they were asking them what is actually motivating them to do what they are doing. So most of them were saying due to the parents' abuse to their mom. And some of them were saying lack of no communication with the parents. So then they'll have to now go to a friend's house, sleep over. Through there, they will be able to initiate themselves into a gang. This was a documentary from BBC. So I was like, wow, these children are really going a lot. That is really pushing them out. If you watch what is actually going on in London at the moment now regarding about these knife crimes, you talked away. You did a video about so, and so we're doing the same video now, which I'm really happy about it. To be honest, mommy and daddy that is watching this program now, brothers and sisters, let's be honest to ourselves. Most especially we, Africa. I'm not going to say Nigeria, Ghana, or wherever, but we, Africa, let's examine ourselves. Are we truly on one-on-one with our children? Because if, or in the name of we want to do something back home, we will go to work in the morning. Why I disagree with that last caller, I said the government are supporting women. There are men that are single parents. There are women that are single parents. It's due to some circumstance. The government is just only supporting you, because your financial is not okay. But the government is not supporting any woman to chase their own. So people are really getting. There are single parents who lost their husband. There are single parents who just had a child or due to abuse. There are single parents. So we shouldn't be using the word single parents, single parents. There are a lot into that single parent. So, but let's talk about reality. Reality, like, I want to build a house in Nigeria. I will go to work 7 a.m. in the morning. I will come back 7 p.m. or 12 p.m. in the night from one job to another, or because I want to certify people back home, or because I want to build mansion. And your children don't know when they go to bed, they don't see you. They come back, before they come back from school, they are sleeping already, you are back from work. Have you ever sit down to have one-on-one with your children? To check their own work? To ask them what has their day gone through the whole day? I think most parents will say, they don't have that chance. Yes, government might be in one way or the other want to take your child. They don't just take child from you. It costs the government a lot of money to look after a child. But you as a parent, there are ways, because it happens to me. My daughter went to school. She came back. Any little thing, she would tell me, Mommy, I'm going to call that woman for you. I'm going to tell that woman. So one day I called her, I said, come, this word you are saying Why are you saying it? And she said, yeah, in my school, my teacher said this, my teacher said that. I said, oh, really? And she said, yes. I said, okay, that's fine, it's okay. I didn't fight, I didn't shout at her. I didn't say, don't say that again. The next day, I call off my work. I said, I'm not coming work today. I have an appointment. I follow my daughter to school. When I got to the school, I said, can I see the head teacher of the school? And the head teacher came and she said, I said, can I see her teacher? While you are here, the head teacher, I want to see her own personal teacher. And they called her teacher in. And everyone was like, what is happening? What is happening? I told the school authority, I said, look, I'm a mother and I'm a full-time mother. When I mean full-time, I'm not a part-time. But I provide everything for her to make sure she's okay. You see you taking her to a spare room, try to question her. I'm not taking that. Whatever you guys ask her when she get home, she tells me, please don't ever interrogate my daughter again. Never. The school is so demanding. Today bring £5, £2 school trip. Where do you think I'm getting the money from? Or do you think a £20.70 that they are giving me for child benefit is what I'm sustaining with her? I said, let this be the last. The school was so scared. The way my temperature was high, it was high. I talked to them the way that they will understand that I'm not like other parents. Since then, since last year till now, my daughter has never mentioned that word again. I didn't question my daughter. So I let the school know, because when the school see that your child is doing well, another teacher or another parent's eye is on your children. They will try to manipulate that child and collect that child from you. How can a teacher will say, oh, can your daughter spend a weekend in my house? Or in the name you want to go and do £50 job? You say, okay, that's fine, that's okay. For what? So that's where they start getting all those things from. And by the time they now grow, when you go out today now, by 3:10, school closed, you will see our African children in the street. They will be screaming. You see them in the bus. How many Asians have you seen screaming, fighting, doing this? No, because the Asians, their parents might be the bus driver, they might be this, but as soon as they close, they come home. But we will go from one job to another, one job. What are we looking for? One money that is more important than our children. People they are out there looking for money to even have children, but God give it to us freely. And we will not be at home, okay, husband and wife. Why can't one do lesser job and the other one is looking after the children? Or both do half job. You do in the morning, look after the children, I will look in the evening. Why can't we learn from there? It's because we are not at home. We don't know when they get home. We don't know what they do. We don't know the kind of friends they associate with. Why can't they end up in the bad gang? Why can't they? So please, let's just be honest. It's not about government. It got nothing to do with government in this situation. If government benefit or working tax credit or housing benefit, it does not mean that the government is telling you to spoil your child. The government is even giving you money to stay at home to look after the children. Where are you? It's either you are in Germany or you are in Austria or you are in Nigeria. You want to go and see your project in Nigeria. Collect all those money and go and do project in Nigeria. I see you are still blaming the government. Come on. Let us wake up from our sleep. And our children will even do bad. We will see them commit something bad and we will cover up for them. Why would you cover up for your child? You are encouraging that child as soon as she grows to be an adult of himself. Because I watched a lady on is it in the morning or one hour Nigeria person who lost 3 children on a knife crime. I shed tears for a woman to lose 3 children. And she's using the media to beg everyone to please, they haven't seen the killer of those 3 kids. Now the police couldn't search for the killer. And our parents are home. They know that their children have done something bad, but they keep quiet because I don't want my own to die. But your one has just killed. So we just need to pray for them, but we need to be careful and watch them, what they do, the kind of friend they associate themselves with. From there, we'll know how many Asians. It do happen, but it's just that it's becoming too common in this our African society. The Asians do fight. They do one thing and the other. They carry knife. Hardly you see them carry knife. They might have gun. They might even be to one under wherever. But hardly, I can say 20% or so. But our own African people, let us wake up. It's not easy to go to labor room and come out. It's not easy. It's because we're in Europe. We'll go to labor room, 10 minutes pure. We're out. Natural. It's not cesarean. Go to Africa where they say operation, the head will be big. Only the bill alone will even keep the woman in labor room. So let us keep eye on our children. Let's keep eye. Let us know what they are doing. If they bring home work, even though you don't go to school, thank us to Gogo. If you ask Gogo, can you spell me separate? Gogo will spell it for you. If you ask Gogo, what is the meaning of this? Gogo will tell you. You will tell your child. Don't be ashamed to say, sorry, in Africa, I didn't go to school, but I want the best for you. Not when they do something, we scream at them. If they do something, you like, no, this thing you did is wrong. Don't do it like this. Do it this way. That will help our children to grow, not to be scared of us. But when kids are also scared about their parents and another parent out there is pampering them, you will see their mind will be going towards that parent that is pampering them. Because they are kids until they get to the age of adults, 18 years, that they realize that, okay, this is bad and this is good. God will help us and protect our children in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you.
That's just my contribution, Mommy.
Thank you.
Have a nice weekend, and everyone in the platform have a nice weekend.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye, ma. Bye.
Bye, dear. That is why I said it's a sensitive topic. So I'd like people to treat it with a bit of respect when we're talking about issues. You see, the damage is done already in the community and the society. So pointing fingers will not be the solution, rather than looking for way out. Like a lot of people have mentioned, there has to be cordial relationship between parents and their children. So get close to your children, be your children's friend. Stop looking for friendship outside when there is nothing for you there. Get close to your children, have good rapport with them, understand the needs and wants. Understand their don'ts as well. They are also human beings. You cannot talk to them anyhow, especially a teenage child that is coming to about 13, 14, 15. They are now somebody. So you need to start respecting their opinion and listen to them. And especially the way children are taught in the United Kingdom, in the Western world, in the free world. They learn very, very fast. They understand quickly better than the way we understand it in those days. So you have to differentiate. And as a result of that, the thing I'm saying is that you must have a communication. You must be able to communicate between yourself and the child, understand each other, create a kind of rapport, time to sit together, to talk, to chat. Let something bring you and your child together. Whether a male child or a female child, it doesn't matter to me. Something must connect you together, because it's only God that gives children. It is not by your power. So if you are a man and your children are all female, stay tuned. Watch out and ask them what they need. If you are a man and your kids are all male, stay tuned, get connected, play with them, understand the needs and wants. And that is the only way we can start reducing the problem in the society. And like I said earlier on, to tackle Britain's knife crime epidemic problem, to tackle that Britain's knife crime epidemic, there has to be an increase in the diversity in the force. They have to increase, the diversity in the force recruitment, which means that they have to recruit more police officers from ethnic minority background. They have to recruit more officers from ethnic minority background. Without that, the way forward is going to be difficult. Tackling that problem again, parents need to assist and involve themselves. Impact of parents in reducing this radical blueprint. It's a radical radical blueprint that is out there now, according to the statistics, parents needs to get involved so that it can be combat, it can be tackled. You know, if you get involved, your impact, you see the effect, and then you can control it from the angle of a household. Without that, another problem is going to continue to soar. Yes, please go ahead. Please go ahead. Yes, please go ahead.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Hello. Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you, Ma?
I'm very well, thank you.
This is the first time I'm calling. Yeah. This is the first time I'm actually calling on your program.
Thank you.
My name is Felicia.
Thank you.
I've been to your office once, but you might not recall.
Okay.
I'm really, really passionate about this topic you're talking about, and I just want to use this opportunity to just drop my own view, especially to our own people, you know, mostly Nigeria.
Yes.
The thing, Nigerian people, the thing is that most of us forget our background. You understand where we come from. It's not a bad thing that when you go to other people's community, if you see good things that they are adopting for you to adopt, but somehow one way we intend to adopt, so maybe I should put it the worst one. You know, like for example, I'm not, you know, maybe saying something terrible about people becoming single mother, but it's actually
I think that line has cut off. Let me round up because I have other things to do to deal with today outside office hours. So I need to start making my way out of the building. But before I make my way out of the building, I want to let you know that contact my office in terms of your questions, in terms of booking appointment on 0208 309 8808 for all your advice that you may need or representation or advocacy in court. You want me to represent you on immigration and nationality law. That is my job on the call. You can contact my office on 0208 309 8808. If you want me to take on a case for you, I must see that case on consultation first, peruse the document, and satisfy myself that it's going to be successful. If a case is not going to be successful, I don't go to court to go and waste my time, to go and bluff myself there, or to let the judge look at me and look down at me. I don't do that. A case that I take to court is a case that I can put my head high for and make sure that I deal with the core issues, which is the law and the rules. If a case is not going to succeed in any ramification, I will not take it on, no matter how much we want to pay me. I don't like to go to court and stammer and look idiot and look so small in the eyes of a colleague judge, which some of them are even enter into the profession before them. But it's because I am not interested in becoming a judge. That is why I am doing this job that I like most as a lawyer. If I wanted to become a judge, I have all the necessary credentials and capacity to stand as a judge in the United Kingdom. You know, because black community is also underrepresented, but I'm not interested because I will not be able to have my contact, my rapport with my clients, my fans in the world. It will reduce my relationship with the people in the world, and that's why I'm not interested. But having said that, if a case is not going to succeed, it is only through consultation I'll be able to determine that. So please, when you want me to take on a case, always be wary of consultation fee, which is a token and nothing at all, other than just a £50 to accommodate you to see me. I am not a free lawyer, so I am not that cheap. But because of the job in the community, I have to afford to accord you in that respect. So please, ladies and gentlemen, anyone that wants to bring case to me, don't say that the case has already been looked at by one lawyer. That is not my problem. I need to satisfy myself that it's a case that has merit. If a case hasn't got merit, like any other good outstanding lawyer, I'm not going to take it on. When a case has merit, judges fear you when you want to open your mouth in court. Judges respect you because it is about throwing the point of law. The preliminary issues is about dealing with the point of law, the technicalities, what brought us to court. Because sometimes the issue officers don't look at things in details. And as a result of that, it appears that they refuse some cases unnecessarily. And I don't blame them when they refuse cases or files. It's because clients do not take consultation, they do not take advice from lawyer. They handle it by themselves. So of course, what do you expect? ECO will refuse you, because when you say you have something and you don't include it as part of the document, then they are going to refuse you, because they were not supposed to do the dirty job for you. So let us get that clearly. This is part of my job to address for you today. Let us always remember, judges are not there to do dirty job. The entry clearance officers representing the Secretary of State overseas are not out there to do the dirty job. What is the meaning of dirty job for you? Dirty job is when you said you have a document and you don't enclose it, and you're expecting them to be asking you for that document. No, that is not their job. If you have the document, you put it in the file. You put it as part of what you are submitting to them, and that is the only way you can get a result, a good result. Ladies and gentlemen, time is really not on my side. Time is really not on my side. I need to go home. At the same time, I want to round up here before leaving. Like we have mentioned so many things in between. Relationship must be improved. A recruitment of black and ethnic minorities is very important. Stop and search must continue, but must afford respect, along with it. Stop and search cannot be stopped. It cannot be eradicated. It's part of the police power given to police in this country, and that is pace. Pace, which means police power. That's part of the power given to the police in the United Kingdom. They must have the power to stop and search. But when they are using that power, they have to use it, according to scholars, with a bit of sensitivity. When you stop someone and that person has proven him or herself to be innocent, and you cannot find anything on that person, and your record does not show that that person is the person you are looking for, the next thing it says is that you have to improve that relationship, you apologize. So the police must always learn to be humble as well at a certain stage in order to improve the relationship in the community. They have to apologize when you stop wrong person. Of course, they are entitled to stop when there is an identification parade. In the criminal code, when there is a problem and it says that it's conducted by a black person or an Asian person, and it's a boy, a male child about 6 foot, at the same time at that period in that area a 6 foot person is coming through, there is a right to stop and search, because it fits into the identification, it fits into the crime identity. So therefore the power to stop and search cannot be taken away from the police. So that is the reason why power to stop and search must continue. But when they are using it, they have to use it with kind of senses, with kind of common sense. Afford respect to the community, to the society. If it's the wrong person and it's not the person you are looking for, the next thing the officer must do immediately, according to scholars, is to apologize. And that is my belief. When you apologize to the person that you stop and say, "Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, we're really sorry about this. I'm afraid this has to be done. But as we cannot find you, you are not the one we are looking for. We are sorry to stop you." Simple. By this, they can improve relationship. And like I said, the Prime Minister said it's going to recruit 20,000 more. 20,000 more is fine, but not to be all Caucasian. It has to be mixed up. So when you are recruiting, at least 2,500 to 3,000 must be inside from black and ethnic minorities. That is the only way to improve relationship in our community. Parents need to be involved. How? Know what your children are doing, who their friends are, what they are buying, and who they go to. You need to be well informed about your children, development, education, and system. Also, a kind of a training needs to be provided in the community from the teacher, social worker, the youth itself, hospital, schools. They have to educate. That is one of the holistic approach that is missing at the moment. That approach needs to be put together to educate people. Parents needs to be educated. Schools, community, hospital. Political situation is really, really needed to get involved into the STEM situation. The situation at the moment is really out of control. So political solutions is needed. One way or another is needed. Prison, like I said earlier on, is not a dead end. Prison is a dead end rather. So it's not the solution to the problem on ground. The solution to problem on ground is what we have mentioned, and to tackle it, because it's really soaring, it's really increasing, and it needs to be tackled at the moment. And that's one of the things. And the government should stop all this breaking promise. Breaking promise is not the way to combat the problem. You know, so the promise and fail needs to be completely stopped, eradicated. You know, yes. So it actually needs to. Let me quickly read some comment before I leave you today. You know, Joseph Chiba says, let each region go on their separate ways as we be. I'm not talking about Nigerian issues, none of my business. So I'm going to take you off from my platform, and I'm going to delete your comments. I don't need anything to talk about Nigerian issue. You are the people causing problem in the society. Nigerian problem in. So why we can sort the problem out in Nigeria? So why we can sort it out problem in. The problem I'm having today in my community is in the United Kingdom. Sorry to disappoint you. Miss Florence Ikweme says, apologize and let them go and stop finding faults or making derogatory comments and disrespecting people all the time. Yes, so you should, when police stop people, they should apologize and let them go, since they cannot find fault of that person, you know, and stop finding fault or making derogatory comments and disrespecting the person. It has to stop. And I agree with you, Miss Florence Ikweme. Alayomi Oredola, you know I like to call your name anyway. Alayomi Oredola says, parents need to know their children and be their friends. Communicate, play, joke, laugh, and at the same time scorn them. If they are wrong, scorn them. So may God give us wisdom to be good parents in Jesus' name. Amen. That is from Alayomi Oredola. Miss Florence Ikweme again said that come to the children's level. Yes, deal with them with respect. Use a very good tone when discussing with them. Avoid threats when talking to them. Be their parent and friend at the same time. Oh yes, I absolutely agree with you. Ewe Adio Malashabi said the law enforcement personnel should reflect the different cultures in the country. Yes. Ewe Adio said that. Ewe Adio Malashabi. Kende Kenny, I can't read your comments. Let me see. Mr. Kende Kenny says child support separate a lot of family. That's another sensitive one. Child support separate a lot of family. Oluwaseun Fagbenro Akinola said social services did not take discipline from children, but they took beating away. Dada Omoba Awuru said social media is also playing huge role in youth lives. When you say huge roles, is it in negative or in positive? That's supposed to be more clearer. It's not clear what you meant by that. Mr. Victor Opara said broken family systems and the social services isn't helping matters at all, because they have removed the power from the parents. Ms. Abimbola Tawa Jimoh Oguntade said, good morals is the ultimate. Charity, they say, begins at home. Alayomi Oredola again says, until parents realize that money does not give any child happiness, then they will work less and spend quality of time with their children. Bam. Charity begins at home, according to Ade Otufale. Yes. Olaitan led. The father left her with 4 boys and go with another woman. She has to raise them all by herself, and she works too. She gave up all her life on them. They are grown-ups now and they didn't join gang. I think she's telling about story there. A lot of people are so crazy about the child support. That's Mr. Kinde saying that. I cannot see the rest of the comments, but I am so grateful to all the comments that I can read, and the one that I cannot read, I will go back to them later on. I want to applaud you. I want to appreciate you, and I thank you for coming on board. You can go back to the video. Please like and share and see what we have discussed today about the issue of tackling the swearing problem in the knife crime in the United Kingdom. It's a problem that is so erring. It's increasing. So it now become an epidemic. Epidemic means it's virus. It's a virus. It's a disease. As such, it needs the medical attention. The medical attention is the officers, the parents, the society, the communities, the institutions to come together, the teachers. Everybody needs to work together and see how it can be curbed, how it can be controlled. At the moment, as it is, it's really a problem in our community and it needs immediate attention. The Prime Minister has promised heaven and earth. May God give him the power to fulfill those promises to the department that needed them most. For tonight, I have done my bit for the community. Lawyer Tokunbo Olagbaye. I appreciate all of you for coming on this timeline. If you have not shared it, please share and let others go back to the video and make use of it. God bless you all. I'm afraid I have to go now. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.